Yo, it's Move Monday. It's your boy Diesel. Let's get straight into it. We all have different gifts and talents for a reason, right? So imagine if we all did the same things, liked the same things, ate the same foods, had the same hobbies, all of this, right? Life would be dull. It would be boring. There'd be no variety, no contrast, and no need for us to lean on each other or learn from each other because we all know the same stuff because we all do the same stuff, right? And I feel like somewhere when we're growing up, we kind of know to lean into our differences and to celebrate the fact that we're different. Something as simple as little kids be like, oh, my favorite color is blue. That's cool. My favorite color is pink. And then they celebrate the fact that they have two different favorite colors, right? That makes it easier. So you can always have the blue icy and I can always have the pink icy. Like, you feel me? Somewhere along the way, we stop celebrating our differences and we start comparing them. We start competing, we start getting jealous or envious. We start looking at other people's paths instead of the path that was already paved for us to walk on. Just think about that for a second. We start looking at other people's accolades, other people's accomplishments, other people's lives, and feeling inadequate about our own life because it's not theirs, but we're not them. And we like different things. We have different talents. We have different hobbies. We're not supposed to be the same. So instead of watching someone else's gifts or someone else's talents and wishing they were yours or wishing you could be somebody else, embrace the things that make you different and lean into your differences. That's where you're going to shine because it's the space that was already meant for you. Just imagine this. We're all on a freeway or a highway or a road, right? And we can all get into any of the lanes around us. But if there is 100 people in the lane on the left-hand side and there's 0 people in the far right lane, you might get to the same destination eventually, but it's going to take longer. You're going to have to be more cautious. There's more things to watch out for. Literally, there's just more drivers on the road. You have to be cautious of all of them. As opposed to if you get all the way in the far right lane and you go where no one else is at, it's empty. Let's practice doubling down on our own talents, our own gifts, our own abilities, our own capabilities, our own features, all the things that make us us and make us unique. Let's celebrate ourselves and our own uniqueness, right? And learn what our gifts are and then learn to sharpen it. And then the biggest thing is sharing it because you having a gift and using it can make room for someone else's gift. Let me explain. For me personally, I take photos, I'm a videographer, I make music, I engineer other people's music. And at one point in time, I was learning how to produce beats as well. And so it was like, I can shoot a music video, I can write a song, record the song, shoot the music video and the cover art for it myself, right? But I need somebody to make the beat. I started learning how to make beats. And in my insufficiency, getting tired of learning and not even getting tired of learning the process, the learning curve, is like I had to do so much to just make a beat. When in the same amount of time, I know someone who would have made 4 or 5. So my weakness made room for their strength. I wasn't able to do something, so I let them do it. And in turn, now we both shine. His production is going to shine, and my lyricism is going to shine. Like, we have to work together sometimes in order to build one thing. Sometimes it takes 10 people to build one thing. So the more that you walk in your truth and walk in your talent and walk in your abilities and your God-given space, the more you give other people room and permission to do the same. Not to be you, but if I see someone who's leaning into who they are, that just lets me know, okay, maybe I can lean into who I am. Maybe I can be me a little bit more. Or I see how they took their talent and they did this. Maybe I can do the same thing with my talent. And you're encouraging people to be themselves just by being you. So here's my challenge to you. I challenge you to one, just pick one of your strengths, your strong suits, your talents, however you want to look at it. Pick something and practice it this week for 30 minutes, at least 3 days this week. Whether that's cooking, whether that's writing, you could be a good conversationalist or a good inspirational person. People who would just motivate people by saying nice things to them. A compliment can be something. Whatever it is that you do that makes you feel alive, makes you feel complete, makes you feel as if you had a successful day, do that and then share that one thing. You could write it down, you could make a post about it, you could tell somebody about it, you could come back and put it in the comments. And this isn't for clout, this isn't for likes, it's not for points, but just a reminder to yourself that your gift actually matters. What you give back to the world actually matters. Whether it's serving people is a gift. Not everybody is hospitable. Like, not everyone can work in food services and restaurants as a bartender because they don't have the patience, they don't have the gift of dealing with people or understanding and relating to people. Not everyone is financially savvy. Maybe your talent is understanding money, so you give somebody just a simple outline on how they can start a savings account. You could literally just be sharing a file or sharing a post. Just remember and remind yourself that whatever it is you're good at, it's for a reason and it's meant to help not just you, but other people. Because if it wasn't for other people, they would have the same ability, right? So let's stop swerving in other people's lanes and worrying about what other people are doing and stay focused on our own lane so we can get to our destination in the time meant for us. So if this hit home, if this made sense to you, go ahead and subscribe for more growth, for more real talk, for more conversations. It's your boy Diesel. Follow me on all platforms. Chuck Diesel, TLW, stands for the Lone Wolf. And the Lone Wolf is just somebody who's had to deal with adversity, somebody who was a part of a pack, someone who's been a part of the group and has realized that sometimes it takes hunkering down on your own in order to get the job that you want to get done. And it's not a bad thing. Sometimes we're just put in situations, new environments, new workplaces, and we're the only person like us. Or you've just never been here before. I know for me personally, I went to college. I didn't know anybody at my school personally. It was close to me like that. Once I moved after college, I ended up in a big city with no friends, right? Now that I live in LA, I don't have any family around me. So it's like when I say the lone wolf, it's just someone who's been put in a position or a situation where they didn't feel like they had an immediate support system. And sometimes that's by choice, sometimes that's by being pushed out. Regardless, the lone wolf is going to get the job done and get the task done. And a lot of the times, the lone wolf is actually looking for other resources, more land, more food for the rest of the pack that he came from. It's not that he forgets the pack, it's just that he figures out how to thrive on resources that aren't there and brings that back. So let's get it. All my lone wolves out there, stand up. We better in ourselves, better in our community, better in the relationships of those around us. Let's get it.